A lot of weather to be concerned about tonight. We start out the day with very hot temperatures in the Southern Valley, and then overnight our risk of severe weather will join us. So I'm calling that the main event, which is beginning now. Way out in Montana, it'll be late. Notice this, the main threat from all of these storms is going to be damaging straight line winds. Wind gusts in the straight line fashion out of the storm will likely exceed 80 miles per hour, maybe even 100 miles per hour for western North Dakota, but they will still pack a punch. Notice where you see the yellow colors here, we have an elevated risk in the Devil's Lake Basin through the Southern Valley, and a small risk of some windy thunderstorms as well right here in the Red River Valley, but the risk is greater west. Also, we have a hail threat, but the hail is said to be having the potential to be huge out in the western part of the Dakotas. For us, we'll have a hail threat, but that diminishes as we go towards the morning hours. Now, the tornado risk is primarily exclusively out to the west, but straight line winds can sometimes cause these little gustnados or spin ups, so we'll be watching for that. Your hour-by-hour forecast. Let's get right to it. This evening, early, we could have a few hit-and-miss showers and thunderstorms in Lakes Country between now and, say, 10 o'clock. Any one of these, because of the heat and humidity you feel out there, could produce some locally heavy rain, some large hail, up to around 1 inch in diameter and gusty winds. So we'll monitor those. The majority of us will have quiet conditions as we head into the overnight hours. We turn our attention then, once we head to bed, to what's going to happen out in the western Dakotas. And look at this. It takes until between midnight and 3 a.m. for these storms to even arrive in our westernmost counties. So Devil's Lake, you could get awakened in the middle of the night. Now, if you're on the lake, you might want to batten down the hatches, make sure the boat's tied down extra secure, because these winds could still pack a huge gusty straight line wind with this event as it unfolds all the way down into the James River Valley. Again, and as we head towards daybreak, they'll push their way through the eastern third of North Dakota and arrive in the Red River Valley according to this timing at 5 in the morning or so. I want to caution you that sometimes when these lines form, they make up their own time schedule. Sometimes these lines can move at 100 miles per hour, so it may indeed be earlier than 5 in the morning when they arrive here in the Red River Valley. They still could pack a wind punch. The hail threat will be there, but we're not talking huge. We're talking 1 to maybe 2 inches in diameter. Notice how quickly these storms seem to taper off in intensity as they cross into western Minnesota. Still beneficial rain, some isolated possible severe hail, and winds will still be there. We'll keep you up to date. So our entire area does stand a chance of some very noisy weather overnight, particularly from the wind, lightning, and heavy but much needed rain. Temperatures to start your day in the 70s, most of the day quiet until the afternoon. Then the storm risk will be in central Minnesota, Lake of the Woods, Wadena, maybe even the eastern reaches of Lakes County. Notice this westerly flow. Notice our temperatures cooler and more comfortable as we go through the day. We could have some wraparound showers up near the international border. How much rain? Because of the speed of movement of this system, anyone under one of those heavy gully washers could see an inch or isolated places a little bit more. Many of us have a chance at a few tenths of an inch because they'll be moving through the region so fast. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Here is a look at a couple of things to do tonight. Damaging wind means secure your patio furniture, garbage bins, put the cars in the garage because you don't want them hit by a tree. Right now it is hot, it is sticky with heat indices in Fargo of 101 degrees. Thermometer says mid-90s, 95 Wahpeton, 98 Sisseton, but 70s near the international border heading into the evening. Tomorrow's forecast, again, much cooler, a lot more comfortable across the region. Thanks, Joe, for sharing this shot of a twisting arc of lightning. The planning forecast shows much quieter weather through your weekend, but we warm right back up by Sunday and into next week as well. It looks dry, so hopefully your area gets some much needed rain, but not all this wind we're talking about.
All right, thanks so much, Hud.